Touch your lower abdomen and imagine that, somewhere inside, one tiny cell is about to decide whether a pregnancy can begin. You probably cannot tell when that moment is happening. But the real answer is far stranger. Your body changes around ovulation, yet evolution seems to have made those changes surprisingly difficult to read. For most mammals, fertility is not a secret. A female chimpanzee develops obvious sexual swellings around ovulation. Scent, appearance, and behavior advertise when conception is most likely. Humans are different. Your fertile window is only a few days long, but there is no dramatic signal announcing, "This is it." If knowing the exact moment of ovulation could help you reproduce, why didn't evolution give you a reliable signal? For decades, scientists treated human ovulation as genuinely concealed. But the evidence is stranger. You may not consciously know when you're fertile. Others may not either. And yet, your body may be leaking tiny clues. Researchers have found subtle fertility cues in women's scent, voices, and appearance. Observers can respond to these changes without knowing what they're detecting. So evolution didn't erase the signal. It turned the volume way down. To understand why, start with ovulation itself. During most of your cycle, an egg develops inside an ovary. Roughly every 28 days, that egg is released. Sperm can survive up to 5 days, but the egg stays viable for only 12 to 24 hours. Conception is concentrated into a razor-thin window. Why would humans evolve away from advertising that window? One early explanation: concealed ovulation encouraged long-term relationships. If a male couldn't pinpoint fertility, he couldn't just appear and disappear. Staying around increased his chances of fathering a child, promoting male investment. But evolution doesn't design traits because they sound useful. Hypotheses need evidence. Some researchers argued hidden fertility reduced paternity certainty. Others said it gave females more freedom in mate choice. Yet here is the uncomfortable question. If humans really evolved to hide fertility, why can researchers detect anything at all? Because concealment isn't invisibility. Imagine a dim lamp behind a curtain. You can't see the bulb, but you notice the room is slightly brighter. That's human ovulation. Hormones change, the body responds, but the changes are extremely subtle. Researchers have found shifts in scent, voice, appearance, and behavior across the cycle. But the key distinction is this: a bright sexual swelling is an obvious advertisement. A tiny scent change that only shows up in controlled lab conditions is something else entirely. The question isn't whether a signal exists. It's whether it's strong enough to reveal fertility with useful accuracy. You might be thinking, if these signals exist, doesn't that destroy the idea? Not necessarily. Suppressing fertility had benefits, but eliminating every hormonal trace is impossible. This created an evolutionary arms race. Neither side needed perfection, just enough advantage. The result: fertility is neither advertised nor perfectly hidden. But there is an even stranger layer. You are not equipped to consciously interpret your own body's signals. Your hormones can change dramatically without your mind ever receiving a clear alert saying, "You are ovulating right now." Your reproductive system knows something your conscious brain does not. Evolution didn't just hide ovulation from potential mates. It may have hidden it from you. Scientists have debated this for decades, and there is no single consensus. Some argue humans never truly lost an estrus phase. We just became less visibly fertile while retaining subtle cycle shifts and extending sexual behavior far outside the fertile window. And that may be evolution's real trick. Not hiding fertility completely, disconnecting it from an obvious public signal. You can have sex throughout the cycle. You can feel attraction throughout the cycle. You can form relationships throughout the cycle. And underneath all of that, conception remains trapped inside a narrow biological window. This reshaped pair bonds, male investment, female choice, and how much time partners spend together. Evolution took something that could have been a loud announcement and turned it into a whisper. So does that silence feel like protection? Or does it feel like your own body has been keeping secrets from you for 300,000 years?